morning and welcome to Winnipeg. Now, I got two comments that I was actually quite happy to get, and that is about the protrusions that are coming up that represent the knobs and so on for the controls for these various things. Well, last night I was looking at this, like I did come back to the model table, and we are going to be having a rollback, a long rollback actually. I worked here for quite a while last night. And anyway, the idea is, why not remove these knobs, and then your decal will lay nice and flat. Well, that's what I'm going to do. At least that's the plan. Today we're going to do decals whether we want to or not. I kind of want to. Yeah, I want to see how it's going to go. I'm going to see if I can have better luck than the last time I did decals off of that decal sheet. I don't think I got in. I had removed two of them, and I don't think either one worked out. Okay, I can't remember now. Well, what I remember is it was a disaster. It just sort of all shriveled up. Okay, I shouldn't have used the Solva set on this stuff. Maybe the micro set. But we'll see what happens. I'll start out with just water. We'll do the easy one first, which I believe is probably the clock. It should be easy to center that. Anyway, now, we are not going to have a pretty sunrise this morning. We are back to Winnipeg. Yeah, I got a comment from Tennessee Jim, and he was mentioning that for a while there it had got up to 20 degrees. Now that's Celsius. Yeah, 20 degrees Celsius in Tennessee. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful place to have a motorcycle, I'll tell you. Or an e-bike. Or just get out and walk on the walking path, you know. That'd be nice. No ice to slip on. Okay, enough about that. Yeah, let's recompose here, and I don't think I have any news. Actually, let's roll back. Okay, in a very few seconds, it will be this evening. And what I would like to do this evening is glue these pieces together, and I was just about ready to do that. They have to go like this. And then I thought, what if they aren't exactly at right angles to each other? But looking at where they actually plug in, I can see that the slots that these things are going to plug in, well, that's the wrong one. This one will go here, and excuse my clumsiness. And then this one will go like this. Yeah. Now I suppose what I could do is I could glue them like that in that position and allow the slots to hold them in place. But what if the glue runs to the bottom and the partitions glue themselves onto the deck, and we don't want that. Yeah, it's pretty much of a no-brainer. This is right angle, so I think I can probably fix this up so that let's just get this right here. Okay, so this one is going to be like that, and this one is going to be like that. Now it seems to, oh yeah, I see, there's a, I don't know if you can see it from your perspective, but there seems to be a little bit of a stop right there. So when this goes in the slot and slides up to it, yeah, it comes to the right place down here. So that's interesting. Well, that was very thoughtful actually on Trumpeter's part, because they could have had it differently if they wanted to. Okay, let's just let's maybe put a piece of waxed paper or something down on here. We don't need this anymore. We know that it's at right angles. Okay. Don't know if you remember this piece of paper, but it was the one that was on our piece of plexiglass, and I had it stuck to one of the posts. Okay, now let's not get this wrong. Yeah, it's going to go like that, and this one is going to go like that. I almost need a, you know, it could be that it'll be easier to put together once I get a little bit of extra thin in the channel there, because it'll make it sticky. So why don't we do that? Let's just get some yeah, I knew that would stick. Now, I should be able to take the square here. It should be square all over the place. So if I was to put it like this, no, I'll put it this way. There'll be less chance of it falling over. And I think I basically got it. Make sure that's all the way up. Alright, how does that look? There. Now it's good. I should have put it on my rotator so I could have turned it around and had a good look, but I didn't. Let's see if I can do this without knocking everything over. Probably not. I want to be able to see in there if I can. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's square. That's square. Okay, it shouldn't take very long. Okay, this piece here and the piece that we just glued up, which is still drying, they get painted the 37 brown. However, we've got one more desktop to do here. And it gets painted the green. And we are going to, if I hold it right here, it should be in the right place. Oh, I think I'll use my wide paintbrush. Okay. I'll just go all around the edges first. that dry. You can see it looks a little bit thin in places there. So no use going at it again because it'll probably just make it worse. Okay, we'll let that dry, and maybe later on this evening I'll put on the second coat. Okay, before I forget, just wanted to mention that I was living, you might say, dangerously here today with all this painting going on while I was wearing Jeff's nice new Bismarck shirt. So moments ago I went and I changed it because I'm going to do a little more painting. Now, if you will recall, this piece here, I've got the second coat on it now, and I think it's going to be all right. But this piece here, remember way back in step 19 it says make holes? We have to make holes all the way through. I don't know why they didn't put them all the way through to start with. Anyway, I perused ahead here to step 21 to find out what it is that we have to put on this part. And it turns out it is a K4. Well, this is the K4. And you can see the two pins on the bottom there that have to go in. And so I've measured them, and I concluded that this bit here will be just about right. Yeah, in fact, it's exactly right. So that's what we're going to do. Now we'll page back eventually to 19. Oh, and while I was looking at this piece here, the K4, I noticed we had this other base for the desk. So I thought I may as well nip it off and paint it at the same time, because it has to be the same brown as this and this. And also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this as well. I just want to check on that. This is the doorway for the toilet, or the door frame, I guess you'd call it. So yeah, we'll do them all at the same time. Yeah, and we'll worry about the K4 when we actually get to step 21. It looks like K50 is the back for it. So, okay, I was wrong about this toilet door frame. It gets painted to 338, the same as the hatch. And then after that, this bathroom door gets mounted in it. These three pieces here will be painted the 37 brown. So let's recompose and do that. And this one here, we don't need to worry about the bottom of it because it won't be seen anyway, so I probably won't paint it. Okay, this paint seems to dry fairly slow. It's not like the Tamiya XF paints that dry probably in about 2 minutes, it seems. Yeah, this is still wet, and I must have painted this one here, 15-20 minutes ago, I guess. Yeah, I guess in the morning it'll be we'll be able to determine whether or not we have to put a second coat on it or not. I'm hoping I don't. I don't think I'll need to. I did put 2 coats on the desktop, the green. Okay, I think that's going to be it for this evening. So, all being well, we'll see you in the morning. Okay, it is morning, and I have just put a brand new blade in my hobby knife here. Now, the decal, the way I'm looking at it, you probably can't see it because the reflection isn't the same way for you as for me. But I can see that the decal itself goes from about here to about here. And the clock dial is not printed perfectly on it. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it out here. I may as well leave the 12 on. After all, it is number 12, and we'll just cut it out here. And the 12 will act as a little tab that I can, hold on to. Okay, that should be loose. Yeah, it is too. All right, so yeah, I wonder if I turn it up, we're going to be able to see the reflection better. And you'll be able to see what I'm talking about, where I was saying that the decal itself is not, it is bigger than the printed area. And I'm hoping that it's not going to overlap on the, well, I guess we'll soon find out. Okay, let's get ourselves some water and do this thing. Okay, I didn't time it, but my decal has been soaking here for probably a couple of minutes. And maybe I'm going to have to swing this around a little bit. It's in self-locking tweezers right now. There. No, that's going to be upside down then. Okay. Now we want to try and notice the numbers all come apart here. Try and get this straight so that I can shove it up. Sorry to be so wiggly here. Now we want to just it'd be nice if we could get the hands, if I could just turn it just a little bit here so that the hands on the decal will match the raised hands on the dial. It has to turn about 10 degrees to the left. Some more water maybe so it floats. I just can't get it to swing around. Here we go, here we go. Now we'll just get it more centered. Does not want to come over there. It's not quite centered. Mind you, we're not going to be able to see this anyway, are we? Okay. I'm going to end up folding it. Okay, I think I've almost got it perfect there. So let me check the monitor. Maybe it could go just a tiny bit to the left. About 1/10 of a millimeter more. It just doesn't want to. Well, I think that's about as good as we're going to be able to get it here. Now, hopefully, when the water evaporates out of there, it's going to sort of suck down. This may be a bad idea. This is one of Tennessee Jim's mini Q-tips here. See if I can get the water to absorb. Maybe from the edge. I don't want to touch the decal because it could stick to the Q-tip. Now, I suppose after this water, there, I think I'm getting it. I think after this water evaporates out of there, maybe that would be the time to use a tiny bit of Solvacet. Okay, let's just quit messing with this. This may not be a good idea, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to use my heat gun here and try and speed things up. And we'll use the time lapse again. Okay, I don't know how much time has passed here, but I think we got rid of all the water. I did forget to turn on my my spotlight. I don't know if that's going to make any difference or not. Okay, well that sure dropped the ISO. I think what I'm going to try and do now is see if I can apply 1 drop of Solvacet, and then we'll use the time lapse again just to see how you know, if we can see anything changing. Around the edges it looks a little bit ragged, and my hope is that the Solvacet will make it so that it's not ragged. Now we are looking at detail here that is invisible with the human eye, so I'm just having a little bit of fun here. I enjoy doing this kind of thing. I like to experiment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, I have recomposed here a little bit, and yeah, I'm just going to use my brush here to put a drop of Solvacet on there. I do believe, unless I've got my products reversed, I believe that the Solvacet will dissolve a decal, whereas the Microset just sort of helps you to be able to slide it around. Now I could be wrong about that. Okay, just let me carefully open my bottle here without knocking it over, and we're not gonna, that might be too much, but we'll see what happens here, and then we'll just do the time lapse thing again. Okay, let's just let that do its thing. Okay, it almost looks like some of the solvaset is not, where's my little brush here? Just right up here, it's almost like it's not evaporating. No, it did. Okay, I'm wondering, did the solvaset maybe bubble? Yeah, there's no moisture there now at all. That's probably been dry for quite a while, and what I was seeing was just sort of a... No, I don't know if I dare try to push that down or not. I'm wondering if I made a mistake here. You know, trying to make it perfect. I've sort of buckled it. Maybe I shouldn't have used the heat gun. Just trying to poke that back down now. Yeah, it's like there's a bubble underneath there. Okay, I think what's happening now is I'm starting to deform the decal. It seems to be having a problem with the raised plastic hands on the dial. Let's just... Okay, I keep saying let's just leave it alone. Let me check the monitor. What am I seeing here? Okay, I'm gonna quit, folks. I probably made it worse. I should have left it, you know, with just the water. Now, you remember those chisels that somebody sent? And the name will come to me probably before the end of today's episode. But I'm very sorry and I apologize, but I can't think of the person's name at the moment. I'm bad for names. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is use the one the smaller one that has the square end, and I'm going to try on camera to chisel off. I wonder if I should maybe turn this just a little bit more this way here so I can see it better. Okay, now there's the possibility that I'm going to end up breaking this piece off of Gabe's swab stick. Okay, can't talk and work at the same time. Now we want to remove these. Okay, we got one. And the idea is that I should be able to get the decal to fit down better, because it's not going to have these, excuse me, these bumps to contend with. I might have to do this off camera. maybe if I was to turn it like this. Oh no, that's worse. Can I? You know what? I just can't. I just can't get my angle right. But maybe I can do this one on camera. Clean that off a little bit here. Okay, this piece takes two different decals, one on this surface and one on this surface. Okay, I'm going to just try and do this off camera now and get it a little bit more perfected, and then we'll try and do our decal thing. Okay, here's what's been happening. I'm guessing probably half an hour, maybe more, has passed. And I was trying to take our clock here out of my self-locking tweezers, and I dropped it on the floor. I heard it hit the plywood floor. I wasn't too worried. Yeah, it's going to be all right. And we'll try and get it right side up here. Anyway, I looked down and it wasn't, I couldn't see it, so I got that special light that I got a month or so ago, and I'm looking all around. I'm able to see really good, but I guess every time I looked at it, it must have been blending in. Did I get any in there? Yeah, I think I got some in there. There, well, that's lots. Okay, story of my life, right? So anyway, it took me quite a while to spot it. I just want to lay this in here and just let it meld into place. And I believe that, okay, first of all, this is up and this is down. So I think I'm looking at the 12. Okay, I don't think I need to poke any more here. Yeah, that I believe that these hands here are straight up. Anyway, bottom line is I eventually found it. But I was kind of concerned because I thought, I'm going to have to tell the viewers I've lost it. After all of that, I've lost it. Okay, that's going to... the reason I'm gluing it in place now is because I want to not drop it on the floor again. Okay, remember that desktop we had to drill the holes in? Well, let's do that. Okay, our paint is dry. A little bit bumpy. All right. Oh, this blemish, you might call it a blemish. That's where I removed the stick. Okay, this should work. I'm just going to put it off the side because there is a hole right there. Now we should be through. There we go. 2 holes. I don't want to push too hard on it with my finger, or I'm going to possibly leave fingerprints. Now, is it locked in place there? Yeah, it's locked in place. Oh yeah, that's going to be all right. Or is it? can't see it. No, it's not. It's proud of the. I'm just gonna have to squeeze it here off camera a bit. Maybe if I put it upside down here on the green cloth and push real hard. Yeah. Okay, we got it now. More or less. Oh, from arm's length it's going to be great. Doesn't look square here on this end though for some reason. Maybe I didn't do a good enough job of getting the junk off the bottom of it. It'll be okay. Okay, 13A goes in this area here. 13B has to be right on there. Now, unfortunately, 13B is it's basically clear except for the little black marks here, which are going to blend into this piece. We're probably not even going to see it, but we'll put 13B on first, and at least that's the plan. I hope I didn't damage it with the tweezer there. Okay, I'm going to just soak this in water. Now, can we straighten that out? This decal is actually too large, I think. I don't think this is going to look good at all. Try and get it. Maybe a little bit to the left. Come on. I'm looking more or less straight down in it, and I can see it's not quite square. Okay, now you can see here that the decal is too big. It's too big, folks. Try and get the water out from underneath it. Well, we'll see what it looks like after it's, I don't know, that's, maybe we'll have better luck with 13A. No, you maybe you can't see it from your perspective because the light is not reflecting, but the decal it's almost a millimeter too big here. Well, that's disappointing. Yeah, that's going to look worse than nothing. You know, I'm going to take that off because yeah, that's worse than nothing. Okay, well, I guess if I'm going to take it off, I better do it now. On the other hand, I wonder if I could take my hobby knife and cut it off after it dries. You know, yeah, just sort of cut along the edges. That might work. And I won't try and cut in here. Okay, let's just let that dry. It won't take very long because I'm not going to do the microset thing. We're not going to do the time lapse thing. We've messed around enough with that. Okay, I'm guessing about 5 minutes has passed here. And maybe I will use the solva set, because I was noticing as it was starting to dry that the decal was starting to fold down over the edges. Now, if I was to take some solva set on my littlest brush here, and it probably would be best if I was to stop the rotation here. Okay. Now, just sort of wet it and try and get it to go down over the edge. Now, I know I'm doing it away from you. This just might work. We can get it to dissolve that decal, and I believe it is. Yeah, this is actually working. Now, I imagine that an experienced decal expert would have known that you could do this. I'm just sort of doing a trial and error thing here. I do believe we've got it. Yeah, we've got it. Okay, let's not mess with it anymore. Let's level this up now so that this plane here is going to be horizontal, and put on our other one, if I can remember where I put it. Okay, this is microset. And I have cut the decal so that I shouldn't have to slide this very far to get it off of the decal. Oh, come on. See, I don't want to loosen the one that we put on moments ago. Now, just turn this a little bit here. Can't get it to slide. Come on. When we go underneath it and just go like that. Loosen it a bit. Or maybe... So I don't want to fold it. Just trying to get it centered on there if I can. I need little tiny fingers, and I don't got them. Come on. Oh, it's getting worser and worser. I could get it to slide off of the... Okay, where's my other tweezers here? Maybe... This must be so frustrating to watch. Almost. I wonder if I was to maybe get a little bit more microset on there, just so it can float better. And then if I could poke it with the hobby knife, I just have to, as you can see, it only has to go about 10 degrees to the left. Ooh. There, it's... Let me look on the monitor. You can see it way better than I can. You know what, I think that's going to be alright. And once again, after that dries, I can use the Solvaset to smear the edges down. I'm not going to try and do it now, because I'll probably end up moving the thing, and I don't want to. It looks like it's a little bit. Probably people are screaming at their screens, "Don't touch it! Don't touch it!" Okay, we'll just leave that for a little bit, and then we'll do the Solvaset thing on the edges like we did on the one down below. And I think we did pretty good. Yeah, I think we did pretty good here. Okay, a few minutes has passed here now, and I think this is pretty much dried. And I think it's safe to probably try and smear the edges down. Just let me stop the rotation again. And I'm dipping into the Solvaset. And we're just going to go along the edges. Now, hopefully this is not going to dissolve the paint. Okay, how is this looking? Maybe I got too much on my brush here. We'll do the thirsty brush thing, as Gabe used to say. Speaking of Gabe, we gotta see if he wants to come back and do another painting demonstration. I wonder if he's a decal expert. You know, I from my perspective, I think I pretty much got it here. Okay, let me check the monitor. Let's leave well enough alone. Okay, probably about 5 minutes has passed here now. Let me turn this off. Now, I could use tweezers to pick this off, but I want to use my fingers so that you get perspective here, because I know that, you know, some people don't grasp or appreciate the fact how small this is. So, yeah. All right, let's put this in a safe place. I wonder if the safest place is to mount it where it's supposed to go. It has to be mounted anyway. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's just do a bit of a dry run here. Doesn't seem to want to go. Yeah, it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go. It's just a little bit of a tight fit. And well, that's the second time now this month that's happened. I guess I'm just not paying attention to what's going on. All the information's on the screen. You know, the little red dot, if that's not on, I'm not recording, and that's how I knew that, hey, something went wrong here. It doesn't make any noise or anything. When the camera stops, it just stops. And I'll just keep working away, gluing my part down here, which I did. It's glued on. Maybe we'll look at it tomorrow, maybe not. There's not a whole lot more to see here. But I did think now is a good time to go and do some editing, which I did. And once again, I was very surprised at how much footage I had. So this is a long episode. I'm quite sure that a lot of viewers have long since given up, and a lot of viewers have scrubbed through it to get to what looks like it might be interesting. I like to keep them down around, 15, 20 minutes, but, things just get going and I'm having such a good time, I just can't stop. Yeah, and then up here, it tells me when I'm getting to the end. Like right now, I've got 40 minutes and 52 seconds left. Well, if I watched that, excuse me, if I watched that, I would know. But like I say, I'm just having so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna call her quits for today's episode. Maybe tomorrow, or maybe in tomorrow's episode, in all likelihood, we'll do the other decals. I think I'm kind of getting the hang of this particular type of decal plastic or whatever it is. Seems to be working out pretty good. Using a combination of the micro set, and the Salva set. We'll try a couple of the bigger ones, wherever they are. Oh, here they are. Okay, don't want to lose them again. Anyway, I'm gonna call her quits here for today. So thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.